Good. 3 each side, and you'll shift sides. Grab the knee out, rotate to the sky. Knee out, rotate to the sky. Knee out, rotate to the sky. Okay. The next one is called a sumo to hamstring. So you're gonna do 2 positions. Sumo squat, hamstring stretch. So it's continuous. You'll take 1 breath at each position once you're in the bottom range. So if I stand, one shoulder width apart, I'm gonna grab, my goal is grab my shoelaces again. I'm gonna sit down into a sumo squat. You can point your toes out slightly depending on how tight your hips are. Ultimately, you want your toes forward. Okay, so for instance, if I sit down, deep as I can, my chest is up, and grab my shoelaces. Okay, my foot is flat on the ground. From here, I put my hands on the ground. Okay, I straighten my legs, I squeeze my quads, and pull my toes up. That's a hamstring stretch. Then nothing changes. You sit back down a little bit deeper, chest up, take a deep breath, arch your back, big Superman chest, breath, touch the floor, hamstring, toe touch. All right, it's continuous. So I'll do a couple, and you guys can watch it. So I stand tall, I sit, breathe out, hands down, squeeze the quads, pull the toes up, boom, into them 4 in a row. A lot of basketball players have lack of ankle mobility. So what happens is they can't dorsiflex. I'll explain that right now. So there's 2 things that the ankle does, right? In terms of going up and down, right? It does a lot of things, but I'll just talk about those 2. I go down, that's called plantar flexion. I go up, that's called dorsiflexion. This angle right here is very important. The smaller I can make this angle, so this angle is big right now, all right? The more flexibility I have, or mobility in my ankle I have, the higher this will become, the shorter this angle is. The shorter this angle is, the more mobile I am. So if you don't have that, and I squat, say if this angle stays big, my toes have to be down for me to squat, right? But if you let this angle increase, then my heel is down. Well, if you don't have good ankle flexibility or mobility, right, what's gonna happen when you plant? Say if I'm slowing down, and this angle stays big rather than small, right? Your heel hits when you're slowing down always. That turns this muscle on. That turns this muscle on. That turns this muscle on. They all work together. If these aren't working at the same time, if this can't go where it needs to go, a lot of stress will go to my knee, and that's why ACLs tear. It's another reason, okay? So your ankle is a big contributor to ACL injuries, or knee injuries in general, or knee pain, or tendonitis. So you have to address all those things. Okay. Stand wide as you can, squeeze your glutes. What you're gonna do, you're gonna throw one glute out as far as you can and reach overhead and dip, just like this. Reach across. You can even push this arm into the hip so it goes that way. Take a deep breath, reaching across. Just like that. Reach every hip as far as you can, reaching across. Extend the shoulder joint. That's going to influence the obliques and everything down the chain. Ready? Good. Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Butt kicks, 10 seconds. Ready? Go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. A skip. We'll move quick. Pop to the ground. Pop to the ground. You punch the ground very aggressively. Try to crack the floor. 1. Okay. Straight leg A skip. Pull from the hamstring. 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 Ready? Go. Good. With the space you have, carry over. Pull the hip across. Remember, pull the hip across. Pull the hip across. Pop. Pull the hip across. 3 times down and back. Go for it. Okay. Push and reach. Stiff leg. The knee joint does not bend very much. Drop it from the glutes. Pop. 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 3 times down and back. All right, we're gonna start moving now, okay? Nervous system activation. So everything's fast as you can, fast as you can. Okay? So fire feet, 8 seconds, quick as you can. Ready, set, go. 8. Wide outs, 8 seconds. Ready, go. Perfect. Hip rotations, let the hips rotate, arms rotate opposite way, quick as you can. Okay, ready, go. 8. Good, side to side. Pop, 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 pop. Ready, go. 8. Last one, forward and backwards. Quick, quick, quick. Ready, go. Or not, but it's called a side hop test. Okay, we're gonna do 2-legged and then we'll do 1-legged. Okay, just 1 set of each. So what you want to do is stand shoulder width apart. Okay, and look where your toes are. There's probably about a 12-inch space between each foot. Probably 12 inches. Okay. Now I don't know if you have lines as a reference in your house wherever you're at, but imagine 12 inches if there was 2 lines. Okay. What I want to do now is step outside the lines. Okay, so I still imagine the 2 lines. What I'm gonna do is go a side hop. Okay, you have 30 seconds of continuous work. You're doing as many as you can at a time. So for instance, if I go, I say go, I react, punch off the ground for 30 seconds, okay? Then we'll go on to 1-leg. Gonna rest for 30 seconds. Your glutes should be burning, okay? Once we go on to 1-legged, which we haven't done yet, it's taking away a whole leg of stability, right? Taking away half the stability you just had. So what's gonna happen is your glutes are gonna fire a lot more. Your glutes are gonna be on fire, your calves are gonna be on fire. Okay, but I load on 1 leg, I pop, I pop, I pop, I pop, I pop. I'm very stiff, very stiff. See how my arms are moving opposite of my legs? It's very rhythmic, okay? That's how you want to be. The stiffer you are, the better, okay? That's how you transfer energy better, okay? You don't want laxes. You don't want leaks in your energy. You don't want to be jumping like this and get stuck. right? I'm losing energy, versus if I stiffness, pop, pop, pop. Now I'm reactive, now I'm athletic, okay? Now it's gonna contribute to success, okay? And it helps develop elasticity of your tendon. So the more elasticity you have in your tendon, the more energy I can create. So the bigger my band becomes, so the more spring-like component I get. So practicing things like this is gonna help you become more athletic. Like I said, everything has to have structure. So, okay, so we'll move on now, okay? So this is a reactive series, okay? We do a lot of this stuff with our team and our guys because it's game-like. You'll do better when you don't know what's next, right? You're gonna get more of a demand and you can't anticipate the next move, right? When you're on, who do you think you'll become more athletic if you're a wide receiver or cornerback? The cornerback is always reacting to the wide receiver. So the cornerback will become more athletic because it's much harder to always maintain that speed and stay with the person because your actions are determined by their actions, okay? So it's very useful in the NBA setting. We use this a lot, okay? So we'll do a reactive mirror drill. We're gonna keep it simple today, okay? So what you wanna do is I'm gonna say right or left. Whatever direction I say, you move that direction until I say the next one, okay? Okay, so you sit in defensive stance, okay? If I say right, I go right. Left, right, right, and you react and introduce more things. So linear, we just did lateral, right? Now we're going linear, which is forward and backwards, okay? I'll say up, back, up, back, up, back. Okay, so I'm gonna explain something called a box drill, okay? This is my box, okay? That's point 1 right there. Point 1, point 2, point 3 behind me, point 4. My box I'm working in. You guys got it? Okay. What you can do is you're gonna fire feet quick, okay? I'll say a number. This is slow-mo, of course, right? 1, go to that. Boom, touch it, return, back to fire feet. 2, touch it, return, back to fire feet. 3, touch it, return, back to fire feet. 4, touch it, return, back to fire feet. You see that? It's very reactive. And you can get creative with it, like you can turn it into defensive slide rather than a forward or reverse lunge, right? You can do rotary components or rotation. Say if I'm right here, and I said 3. Now I have to rotate, right? Rotate and touch it. I can defensive slide. I could do hops. Makes sense? You can do a lot of different things, right? Depending on what the athlete needs. So once okay, so we're gonna move on to the core bracing portion of the workout, okay? So core bracing is very, very important in everything you do in life, right? So there's 2 skeletons in your body. You guys know there's really one big skeleton, but we categorize it into 2 skeletons, okay? It's called axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. And the reason I explain this is because it's super important and your training has to go around that, okay? Axial skeleton is your skeleton is a part of your body all within your core. If you take away your arms and legs, you take these away, I can't take them away, but this area in the middle, that's called axial skeleton, including your head. That's your middle portion. Everything revolves around that. This, arms and legs, appendicular skeleton. So you guys will probably realize how taxing your axial skeleton can be based on your appendicular skeleton. So if I had a ball or a weight and I held it close to me, it's easy, right? If I bring this weight out here and I tell you to hold it for 30 seconds, it becomes much harder, right? Because now your appendicular skeleton is loaded far from axial. So the more distance you create, the less power you have. So ultimately, we want to create a very strong appendicular skeleton, arms and legs, to support the base. So when I change direction, I can withstand it and return it and reciprocate it, turn it the other way, okay? All right, on that, we're gonna go into dead bug series, okay? Think you guys can all see me? Okay, lay on your back. We're going to do 2 contradicting forces, okay? So you're gonna bring your knees up, toes up at 90 degrees, pull your toes toward you. You use your arms, and you're gonna push your arms through your legs while your legs pull forward. So I'm creating 2 forces this way. You push as hard as you can, tuck your chin to your chest. Within 20 seconds, your core will be on fire, okay? So I'll do it for 5 seconds. So I'll push, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's very difficult, okay? That's a bilateral dead bug. It's very easy in comparison to the other ones we can do, but it's still super taxing. Now you can do a bridge, okay? So stay in the same position on your back, okay? Now you're gonna bridge up hard as you can, drive the hips to the sky, okay? 20 seconds, push the heels to it at all times, okay? You can use your arms and drive your elbows to the ground, although they're not moving, so your back will be on fire. And then you can use your head to drive to the ground. So everything is pushing, trying to break to the ground. Ready? Now we're gonna move on to unilateral dead bug, okay? So unilateral means one side, okay? From one side, I can determine if I want to make it ipsilateral, which means the same side on one side, or contralateral, which is a different side on one side, okay? One leg will be straight as you can, extended. So my leg is extended as far as I can, okay? One leg will be up, so let's do right arm up, right leg up, okay? You're gonna push these forces together just like you did earlier, but you're gonna reach the arm, the opposite arm as far as you can, reach the leg as far as you can. Can you guys see my arms and legs till they're extended? Okay, now I push for 20 seconds with the right arm, right leg. Ready? Now the last one is called the contralateral dead bug. Okay, so it's still a one arm, one leg thing, but we're gonna lay on our back. Okay, now it's gonna go right arm, right leg. Go opposite. I'll lay right here. Okay, my knees are up. I use my right arm and I push to my left leg now. Now what happens to my right leg? The opposite leg kicks out, arm kicks out. Now I'm across my body. Like I said, there's systems that work together. So push through hard as you can, 20 seconds. This one. You're gonna want to use a vertical point of contact, okay? So based on what I'm starting with, I have a tree. So I'm gonna move this. You can use a wall. You can use your partner if you're a two-person thing, okay? This is called a Palloff press. This is a lateral resistant anti-rotation, anti-lateral flexion exercise. And it's very important because in sport, you're gonna get hit in different directions and you can't resist in all these directions, you're vulnerable, okay? So this tree right here, you guys can see it, okay? I wanna stand perpendicular to the tree. I'm gonna push as much force as I can without moving as I possibly can. It's an isometric brace, push through the break, okay? So I'll sit down, my arms are straight, fall to my body, I can get the skeleton far away. I sit in the quarter squat, and now I'm pushing as if I'm gonna swing into it, but it's stuck there. Now I'm trying to knock this tree over, I'm taking it sideways as hard as I can. Keep breathing, push through this. Push through this. So the right arm is driving to the right side, okay? You're gonna notice your core will be very stiff and it's gonna be hard. So the way you apply force needs to be sideways, okay? Some of you guys are applying force forwards. That's not what you want, okay? So I'll explain it one more time. Bring my camera a little bit closer. Okay. Overall, it was a good job, okay? So this is what I don't want. I don't want to push into the tree. I don't want to push into it, okay? I want to be sideways to it, sideways. Now I'm swinging into it. See, I'm pushing sideways through here hard as I can, hard as I can, hard as I can. This way, not forward. Sideways, sideways. You guys got it? That's the isometric Palloff press. Ultimately, you'd want bands or cable or a partner. You can do a lot of variations. So when we travel on the road, we're staying in hotels pretty frequently, right? And we don't have access. Like hotel gyms usually don't have 50-pound weights. So I have to do a lot of things with the players where they use each other as a partner, or we'll use bands and find a way to be creative to still get that same load so then people can still grow and they still face the demands that the sport needs so their body is safer, okay? So it's up to you. Being creative and strength training is super important as long as you have a good idea of what you're trying to accomplish. Okay, the next two are two side plank variations, okay? They work in your adductors and your abductors, which is the growing muscles, the inside and the outside, okay? The first one is called the Copenhagen plank, okay? So you sit on your side, just like this, okay? You're gonna go into a high knee, okay? Just like we do a side plank like this, okay? But we're taking this bottom leg away. So what happens now is my leg that's close to the floor is in a high knee. My other leg is driving through, trying to break the ground through. My quad is squeezed. So I'll show you. My hips are forward, I come up. See this? Okay, I'm off the ground. I'm pushing the furthest leg from the floor into the ground. Driving. 20 seconds of work, okay? Okay, the next one is called the starfish bridge. Just like what it sounds like. Starfishes have 5 extremities that point different directions. So you're in a side plank, just like this, okay? Boom. Now you go up. I'm a starfish. Hold that. Make sense? Yeah, we're on to chair training now, okay? I'm gonna face this chair. You guys can all see me. Yep, okay. This one's called 3-point bracing, okay? So if I'm in a push-up position or a plank position, I have 4 points of contact, both arms and both feet. If I take one of those away, your stability decreases drastically and other muscles have to fire more to get that going. What you wanna do, get on your chair, get a push-up position like this, okay? You guys see how my shoulders are over my chest right here, right? Straight. The further I back up, the more plank-like it becomes, the harder it is for me, right? So you guys can determine the modifications. Easier, harder, okay? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squeeze my quads as tight as I can, squeeze my glutes, squeeze my abs, and drop my chest through this pad. What I do is I take this off, okay? And I'm gonna reach forward. Just hold that, okay? 20 seconds, and we'll switch sides 20 seconds, okay? I'm gonna chair push-up, okay? You can do incline, decline, or on the floor, okay? So simple regression, right here. Incline. Chair push-up, okay? You don't have to do this. Push-up, go. You wanna make it harder? Your feet go here, push-up down here, right? Even harder. You guys got it? The next one, chair dip, okay? Okay. Just feet out, arms down, elbows go straight back by your side, deep as you can. Explode, 20 seconds, okay? Next we're gonna do is a mountain climber static sprint on command. So what you're doing, lean into your chair, everybody's on this chair upright. You're gonna drive one leg up and hold it. Your knee comes as high as you can. You want separation between both feet. The further distance I can create between one foot and the other, the better. Okay, hold this. I'll say switch, you hold it. Switch, hold it. Makes sense? Every time I say switch, you return to that same position. Core tight. First thing you're gonna do is rear foot elevated split squat. what you want to do is hook this ankle joint right here. Ankle joint on the edge of the chair, whatever you have. So I hook it right here comfortably. Boom. Okay. I have dependency on this front leg. Okay. 90% of my weight is here. My shin angle right here and this torso angle are parallel lines. Okay. I'm just gonna hold this just like we did the other day. Okay. 20 seconds. Once 20 seconds passes, I want you to do 6 jumps. Absorb, go. Absorb, go. Absorb, go. All the way on the front leg. Okay. It's gonna burn. Be disciplined in your form. That is called pre-exhaustion. Okay. What I do is I have you do something that's going to make the muscle fibers tired, and I do something explosive after, and that recruits a lot more type 2 muscle fibers. If you guys don't know, type 2 muscle fibers are the type of muscle fibers you want to have, especially for an athlete. They have to be very, very explosive. Okay? The next one, step up with hip flexion. Okay, what you want to do, you want to find a chair. Okay, you want to create separation. So I want to always start off with my foot as high as I can. I punch through this and I drive the knee. So right here, punch, drive. Throw down slow. When I can throw down slow, I don't want this back leg to hit hard. I don't want weight there. I want weight all in the front. Drive, smooth down. See how all the weight was here? Drive, smooth down. Okay? You'll make it continuous. So once you get the hang of it, you'll drive like this. Boom, smooth, boom, smooth, boom, smooth. So I stop myself, I slow myself down every rep. Okay? You can do one more set of each. You're gonna go 30 seconds continuously. You're gonna get as many reps as you can during this, okay? Make sure you get a lot of velocity, meaning a lot of speed when you're hip. When you throw the hip up, this is speed. Okay, that has to be fast. The body works in opposition. My glute fires, this leg next wants to drive. If I focus on driving this fast, my glute will turn on more power, okay? A couple things that I want to address as far as nutrition, okay? When I grew up and I played sports, I didn't understand the importance of it. Like I grew up eating cereal, pastas, a lot of bread. I was lacking stuff called micronutrients. So anything you eat needs to give you something, right? So what happens when you work out? Let me explain a few things. Okay, when I work out, I have carbohydrates, right? Carbs that are stored as something called glycogen. It's in my muscles and in my liver. But my body only stores 2,000 calories, which is not much. People eat more than 2,000 calories in a day. Only stores 2,000 calories at all times in those spots. When I do a workout, sometimes I burn 1,000. Sometimes I burn more than 1,000 calories. So you're telling me that 1,000, half of that calories that I stored are now being used. So what happens, the body wants to put that back into the muscle immediately. It's like, I need it right now. I need to refuel. It panics. So what happens is after a workout, that's a good time to have a high carbohydrate meal. Because what happens is things called GLUT4 transporters, which I'm not going to get too sciencey, but what happens to the body, it allows the carbs to go back into the muscle and refuel it like it needs to happen, right? You combine that with about, 1 gram of protein per kilogram body weight. So like between half a gram. So say if I weigh 200 pounds, I want like 160 calories of protein throughout the day. So it's like 0.7, 0.8 per kilogram body weight. I can explain it. Just message me if you guys have questions. After workout, you want a high protein content, high carbohydrate content, and that fuels something called protein synthesis. Other than that, when I eat outside of just post-workout and pre-workout, I have to eat, like, this is why vegetables are so important, and I hated vegetables growing up. I never ate them. It probably inhibited my height. I'm 6'2", but I could probably be like 6'6" if I did things appropriately. I'd probably been a lot stronger. I'd probably not have been injured. Nutrients determine so much. So, for instance, your nervous system, like I talk about communication, right, from your brain to your muscles. Say if you do fire feet. Your fire feet, if you have a bad diet, will be a lot slower, right, because it creates neural inflammation to your nervous system, and it slows signaling down. So you're literally slowing down the communication speed to your body. So if I have a bad diet, my likelihood of injuries such as ACL, ankle sprain, hip injuries, whatever the case may be, increases because I had a bad diet. So especially around games, I would eat, if I was an athlete again, if I was still playing, my diet would be flawless. And I would take that so serious because you guys don't understand the part it plays in athleticism. Plus, if you take away unnecessary body fat, your body's always going to preserve the body fat that it wants, called brown adipose tissue, right? It's always going to store that no matter what. That's a life-saving mechanism. But if you're not getting that, and if you have too much, say if I'm 15% body fat or something like that, you're taking away your athleticism, you're taking away your hops, you're taking away so many different things, and you're increasing inflammation. Your risk of injury goes up. So you guys can message me if you want. I have I do nutrition consultation and stuff like that. But there's so much to learn, and I can't stress to you the importance of it, right? Like, you can prevent a lot of these things. We're on our NBA guys constantly about eating. We teach them so much. I have guys come over and cook with me. I show them why you want to mix certain things with other things, because what it does. So, for instance, you guys may have heard of turmeric, right? And how popular it is for inflammation, right? It's super popular, but a lot of people don't know you have to combine it. If you don't combine turmeric with black pepper and fat, it doesn't get absorbed well by the body. So some things that people take, like vitamins and pills and stuff like that, isn't being used by your body. It's just stuck there, right? And like, if you guys really want this, if you're really chasing a dream, like, you have to be so committed to it. It is so important. Like, there's no time off. If you're playing an Xbox or a video game, I got rid of video games when I was like 15, 16. I play occasionally. I suck at them. Everybody beats me. Yeah, but I'm trash because I committed other time to being better, to chasing something I want to. Like, it's a dream to me, whether it be in my career or in my sport. I want to be the best. And if I have distractions or different influences like that, I'm never going to reach where I want to be at. So you guys got to constantly evaluate yourself. Like, what do you want, right? Don't leave any room for error, because at some point you're going to stop playing and you're going to look back and be like, dang, did I do all I could? And I look back at what I did, and I was, injuries took away, my ultimate dream of playing, but I still found a way to make it to my ultimate goal, right? It's because I was relentless in my pursuit. And I know I could look at myself in the mirror and say that I worked harder than everybody else and I deserve to be here. And you guys got to ask yourself that same thing every single day. And if you can't look yourself in the mirror and say that, like, with honesty, and your conscience is telling you you're actually doing it, then are you really that serious about it? Because anything is attainable, I'm telling you guys. So anyways, but